Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video. I am Twin2 from By Twin Comics. And in today's video, I'll be teaching you how to draw female characters from ReZero. Because don't you just dislike going through YouTube search and seeing all these amazing artists draw, but then either they don't teach you how to draw or they just use lines without telling you where to place the guidelines and everything? Or it's just too difficult? Well, I'm here to help. In this video, I'll be teaching you how to draw Petra, Rem, and Emilia, which are the typical face shapes for most female characters in it. So let's start with Petra. And with Petra, it's since mostly all the child or lolly characters, I usually draw them with a shorter length than their chin ends. So I start with a circle and a line straight down the middle. And I like to keep the line as straight as it can, not curving to one side or the other. And I put a line at the half of the circle, and then from that half I put another line at the half of that half, and the 1/4 size of the circle is gonna be the length of where the chin's gonna end. So then I start by drawing the jaw lines. And I made it kind of a square and it turned out to look like Steve, but I fix it. I try to make it more round at the end, I think, because if you see all the different characters, they're mostly round. They have like a round shape. Okay, so now with the eyes, I put two lines from the half of the 1/4 line and the half of the half. No other way to explain it. And that's where I draw the ears. I put it from the length of the end of where the eyes guideline is to the nose. That's typically where it goes. And the ears, for the detail, it's either just a line, like if you're drawing those lightning strikes, or you could add more detail, how I did here. I usually add it like that. And it also depends, because in some, like season 2, they added only one line. It wasn't that much detail. Now let's start with the eyes. And with the eyes, I typically don't add lines, but for this tutorial I did, just so you could see where it ends. And I added the eyelashes at the bottom. It's just 2 or 3 depending on the character. And she typically has round eyes, so it's much easier there. I think Rem does too, so it'll make it easier for both. And for the iris, well, eyeball, not the iris yet, the eyeball, the top is going to be thick compared to the lines at the bottom. Try to keep it thick because that's how you see it on the image, and well, it looks nice. I just drew the highlight because it show you the placement. The iris is, I typically draw a line at the center of the circle and from horizontal and vertical, but I didn't do it here. I just guessed, and I copied and pasted the eye, but if you're on paper, you just draw it. It's not that difficult if you add the lines, guidelines. And for the hair, I typically start with another like half circle, almost complete circle, and that'll be the shape of the head. Then I go on and fix it. Here I drew the I just went for extra details there, but you don't have to do all that. And I drew the eyebrows too. I think I missed the eyelashes, but you could draw them. And here, you don't have to put all the dots to see where they go. I just did because I like to perfect my stuff. And I don't know what to say for the hair since I typically just draw it. I guess I can make a hair tutorial, Max, to show you how they typically draw their hair. Because I think it's not as detailed as other styles. Yeah, I might consider doing that. Okay? And voila, you're done. You got Petra. Now moving on, we'll be doing, drumroll please, it's time for Rem. So to start, I draw a circle again, and you already know the line in the middle. And the size of the head compared to Petra is going to be just a little bit longer, not so much. It's not really noticeable, because in this one it's more of a, as you can see in the picture, more of a square head. So, but yeah, I'll stop talking for now. You can just follow along. The guidelines are going to be similar too. Half, then another half. I also forgot to mention that their neck will be thicker as the bigger they get. The ears are gonna go the same length from nose to the end of where the eyes guidelines are. And for the detail, either just that lightning shape, or you could go detail, full on with detail. It really doesn't matter. For the eyes, it's kind of the same process well, depending on the eye shape, of course, but since it's like Rem and Petra have a similar eye shape, it's kind of the same process. Only this time I think I added the eyelashes instead of leaving them out. It's the eyeball, I made it touch the where the eyelashes are, as you can see at the end. And remember, thick lines at the top, and as you go down, thinner. And don't make them touch. Well, at least I don't, because I like how it looks. Now let's move on with the hair. And for the hair, it's kind of the same process as Petra again. I start with a round shape. This could go for both Ram, Rom, you start with a round shape around its head, and then just go from there. And it's much easier since it covers one eye, so you didn't really need to draw the other eye, but I just did. And there you go. Good job. You finished round. You could go back and do the little hair headband or whatever that is and add more detail if you want. But for now, you're done. Congratulations. Now it's time for Emilia. And this is our final one for today's video. And so for Emilia, it's a little bit different. We start with the circle, of course, but the length is going to be much longer. She has a longer head. And depending on the season, you can see that her eyes here are much more bigger. So, what you do is you make a half line on the circle. And you add other, like, I can't explain it that well, but it's much longer than what Ram and Petra have. Just follow along on my video and you will see. And also, it has a rounder shape on her face area, her jaw, still. Less, of course, than Petra, and kind of similar to Ram's shape. As you can notice from all the three drawings I'm doing right now, that the guidelines for the eyes is going to be close to the circle. Oh, close to meeting the circle. Forgot to mention, her ears are pointy and a little bit longer than what Ram's and Petra's are, so they'll pass the guidelines just a bit. But the bottom of the ear is going to be aligned with the nose again. her eyes are quite different since it starts with a curve and it just continues straight on. Much more sharp eyes. So, yes, it's not that much of a curve. You can follow along. You'll start as if you're doing Ram's eyes and then just, instead of curving the whole way, making a half circle, just do a little curve and then go straight. If you're on Clip Studio or another digital, yeah, you could copy the eye and paste. That's what I typically do to keep it accurate. And because I'm lazy. I will stop talking. This is going to be the hair process, I think. So, yep. Congratulations, you finished Emilia now. And if you watched the full video, you finished all 3. So, congrats. Consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel. It'll be much appreciated. And if you didn't like the video, then comment down below what I could do to improve. And if you have another suggestion on a tutorial or any art style you want to learn from any anime, your favorite anime or something, manga, comment down below and I'll learn it and I'll teach it.